Hello and welcome to Perspectives. I'm your host, Dr. Rondrick Williamson. No matter if you're watching television, riding down the road, or surfing the internet, you're surrounded by fitness advertisements. But according to a study done in 2009, over 63.1% of adults in the United States are either overweight or obese. So today, it's all about fitness. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. We're so glad that you joined us today because today's show has the potential to completely change your life and create a healthier you. So let's get started. Getting healthy is not just for adults, but for our youth as well. This health concern has been brought to the forefront by our First Lady, Michelle Obama. In her Let's Move campaign, this campaign is making significant changes in the types of lunches schools provide and is challenging parents to provide healthier snacks. You can learn more about this by visiting www.letsmove.gov. To talk with us further about fitness and a healthy lifestyle is our first guest, Erin Canner from Kinetics Health Club. So Erin, let's talk about some specific exercises. Now, in preparation for exercise, is it important to warm up or stretch, or what's your take on that?
It is. It's very important to stretch and get the blood flowing in the muscles, especially if you're going to do any kind of resistance training or weight training, you definitely need to stretch your muscles. Just get the blood flowing in them, so when you do start pushing the weight around, you know they're already warmed up. It is real important. And what I always tell people too is that first light set of when you're lifting weights is to go about half of what your first working set is. And what that means is whatever weight you're going to start, you might do a chest press at 50 and then plan on doing 60 and then 70, maybe 3 sets of 10.
Right.
So I would warm up with 25 the first 15 just to get the blood flowing. So I call it a warm-up set, but it is very important to
So I guess
stretch.
the take home is, as far as warm up and stretching before exercising, is you reduce your risk of injury.
You do.
If you warm up prior to exercise.
Exactly.
So let's go to aerobic exercise. I know I am a member of Kinetics, and I see a lot of the females, a lot of gentlemen actually working on the treadmill. Is that a good way to aerobicize?
It is. The treadmill is very good. It's got a lot of things you can do. Mm-hmm. Not only can you run, you can walk. You also can incline the treadmill, which incline the treadmill, you burn more calories. So a lot of people who walk on it, they didn't understand that if they incline it, that they're going to burn more calories per minute than they are with a not incline. Mm-hmm. So you get a little more bang for your dollar there. Right. It's important to get your heart rate up into what we call the target heart rate.
Right.
And when you get it up to, and everyone's different depending on your age, mm-hmm. And how long you've been exercising, but my heart, I like to get mine between about 145 mm-hmm. and 150.
Right.
That's my target heart rate, and that's where I'm burning fat. If you get your heart rate up too high, you end up burning muscle, okay? So you got to really know where you're at, and you know, I help all my clients up at Kinetics with understanding that.
Now, I know just using the treadmill is not the only way that you can participate in aerobic exercise. I know Kinetics offers a host of different classes that can be taken as well.
We do. We have different classes. A cycling class is a very popular one. It's called a spin class. Mm-hmm. Very up and coming class. It's very popular. It's fun. You burn about 800 calories an hour in that class. So it's a really good class. You get a good cardio workout. Using leg muscles again, but a little bit differently than you do on the treadmill. So it's good to, I tell my clients to cross-train, mm-hmm. to do some bicycle, do some treadmill, do some elliptical. Same thing we talked about earlier, so your muscles don't get adapted to one of those exercises. And it's also a fun way to do cardio. You're not always doing the same thing.
Right. You know, I've heard of that spin class. You know, the instructor and I have talked about it several times, and I've been promising her that I'm going to participate. I have yet to participate because I see the condition the participants are in when they come down the stairs from the class.
That's right. When they do come down, you can see they're usually drenched in sweat. It's definitely good to get the heart rate going and burn some fat. It's really good aerobic class. So
now, in the last segment, we talked about reduction of belly fat. How important is abdominal exercises in the whole scheme of things as in regards to reducing belly fat?
Well, the abdominals you can get good and strong. The belly fat, like we talked about earlier, a lot of that is going to really come down to nutrition. You can work as much as you want on your abs, but if you're not eating right, they're not going to look the way you want them to. You know, for most people who first get in the gym too, you really got to strengthen their core up, which the core I consider goes around the body. It protects the abdominals, but people who haven't been really exercising at all, they're weak throughout the main part of their body. So we work on really getting their core strong first, and then start working on the abdominals, stuff like that.
Okay, I know we talked about in the initial onset of this segment, we talked about stretching and how important warm-up was and how important it was to preventing injury. So when we're weightlifting, actually, when we're actually pumping the iron, how important is it for your form to be correct in order to prevent injury?
Very important. Form is really key to when it comes to lifting weights. You know, a lot of people wonder why there's mirrors in the gym. People think it's for everyone to look at their muscles, but the main reason mirrors were put in gyms is so you can watch your form. And when you begin, as you do it more, you'll get better. Just like anything, the more you practice, the more you'll get better at it. But it is important to keep your form correct. Being a personal trainer, that's what we do. We help people understand how to lift correctly. When I walk through the gym and I see someone doing something wrong, I'll go tell them right away to help them and so they don't injure themselves. But it's the number one thing when it comes to lifting weights, is form has to be correct.
There was one question I want to ask you. What would be your recommendation if someone is just initially starting a workout routine for working a specific muscle group? Say, for instance, your tricep muscles. If I'm going to work my triceps on a Monday, when should I work that muscle group again? Should I wait 24 to 48 hours later, or what would be your recommendation?
I would wait 48 hours to work that muscle again. If I did triceps on Monday, I wouldn't do triceps again until Wednesday. Some people like to come in and lift their whole upper body, chest, back, biceps, triceps, forearms, and some other people come in and they work specific muscle groups. I work individual muscle groups each day. So I might do triceps on Monday, I might not do triceps again until Friday, but I'll do them twice a week. But I always make sure I give 48 hours, whatever muscle group I work, time to rest. Your muscles grow when you're resting. A lot of people don't understand that. They're not growing when you're in the gym. They grow when you rest. And part of that is getting the proper amount of rest. That is very, very important in getting results in weight training and just overall health and fitness.
Just in general, I notice when I work out, the nights that I'm more well rested, then my workout is much more effective.
Absolutely, that is so key. I find the same thing with myself. Some days, if I had a great workout, I always like to look back and see why did I have a good workout? What did I eat before I worked out? How did I get sleep last night? Then times I don't have a good workout, I'll go back to and I try to wonder why I didn't get enough rest, didn't eat properly. So those are vital factors also in getting the results you want with exercise.
Welcome to The Buzz. Again, this is a segment of the show where I love to highlight events and happenings around the Macon, Middle Georgia area. On May 27th at the Macon Centralplex, you don't want to miss the McDonald's Choir Showcase. Now this takes place at 7 o'clock p.m. A lot of local groups are going to be involved. You may want to make it there. Bear in mind that every Friday night downtown Macon, you've got to check out Friday Fest. Hey, that's The Buzz. Okay, Aaron, let's just talk about some myths, okay? As far as exercising is concerned, a lot of people say if I can't exercise on a regular basis, am I actually getting any benefit?
Any exercise is better than no exercise. Of course, we want people to exercise regularly, 3 to 5 days a week. Some people cannot find the time to do that, travel, business, work, but there's always time you can make in the day for exercise. But if you exercise 1 day a week, 4 times a month, that's going to be better than not exercising at all. So it is important to get any kind of exercise, but of course on a regular basis is definitely the way to do it.
Now let me go back and highlight something you just said. So if I go into the gym on a Monday, I take 30 minutes on the treadmill, and then I don't go back until 3 weeks later, is that good for me?
Well, that run 3 weeks earlier benefited you. To take 3 weeks off, you know, you're not going to get to where you really need to go, but it's better than not doing anything. Right. So like I said, if you can get there, even if it's once a week, it's better than someone who doesn't exercise. But
now listen, this is a myth that I even have questions about. If you're not sore after your workout, did you really do an effective workout?
Right, and you'll hear people talk about that. There's a fine line between soreness and not being able to move. Some people who haven't exercised regularly and they go in and work out and do something strenuous, they say they cannot move for days. And what that is the muscles they worked were not accustomed to being stressed the way they were. So the muscle tissue stresses and gets tears, and that's what the soreness is the next day, is the lactic acid buildup in the muscle that makes you sore. Now, if you're not getting sore at all either, that means your workouts, you've adapted your muscles to your workouts, and they're not getting stressed enough to get the growth benefit you want and to continue to get stronger or whatever your goals are in the weight room. So, like I said, for a lot of people who first get back into exercising, they get really sore, and some people that they actually quit right away because they feel like that. But you'll get through that soreness as you get accustomed to it, and then you can you know, get through your workouts. But it is okay to have a little soreness and feel like the next day that you work those muscles. Right. That's a good thing. But when you can't move, that's where we don't want people to be at either.
I recently just started working out, and actually it is a good soreness. It's more so. It's sore, but it's not a hurtful sore.
Right, exactly.
The question is, if I'm working, say, my abdominal muscles on one day, and my abdominal muscles are still sore 2 days later, is it important for me to work those muscles again, or should I move to a separate muscle group?
Should move to a separate muscle group. If that muscle is still sore, you definitely do not want to work that muscle. Usually, you know, you want to give that muscle, whatever muscle group you worked, you want to take a day off and rest it. Right. So you want really, if you worked your chest, you don't want to work your chest again for 48 hours until you work your chest again. But you know, you definitely, if your muscle, whatever muscle group you did work was sore and you were thinking about working that muscle group that day, I would stay away from it until it felt better and then work that muscle group.
Okay. Let's transition just a little bit. A lot of my female counterparts are really concerned about belly fat. A few of my friends would go to the gym and they would work just this one area. Are they getting any benefit from just working the abdominal muscles?
Well, I mean,
what do we call it? Spot training.
We'll have people, we call it target areas. They have certain areas that they really want to work on. You know, you got to work the whole body, upper, lower, your core, your abdominals. But you know, if you have people have trouble areas they want to put a little more time into, you can do that, and you will, you know, you can see benefits by keep working that area. But you don't want to just work one muscle. You want to definitely work the whole body, and don't neglect any muscle groups.
But as far as losing belly fat, it's also important not only to do the exercise, but also monitor what you eat as well.
Exactly. Yeah. We talk to our clients at Kinetics is about cardio, nutrition, and strength training. Those 3 things are the most important things to get to the results you want.